In the shadows of crumbling buildings and the echoes of ceaseless turmoil, the crisis in Gaza continues to simmer, echoing around the world and drawing in nations from every corner of the globe. The key players in this diplomatic chess game have convened in Paris, a city known for its love, to discuss a land riddled with strife. Chief of the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency, William Burns, met with officials from Israel, Egypt, and Qatar, attempting to navigate the treacherous waters of ceasefire talks. Israel spoke of constructive discussions, but the office of a Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu painted a less rosy picture, speaking of significant gaps and the necessity for further talks in the coming days. According to a security source, U.S. President Joe Biden sent the CIA chief to negotiate the release of remaining Israeli hostages, offering a ceasefire in return. The French authorities, ever the intermediaries, are also in touch with these four countries, aiming to negotiate a halt to the hostilities in Gaza. President Biden recently found himself in conversation with Qatar's Emir, discussing efforts to free hostages. Qatar has emerged as a key player, having brokered a hostage release deal in November of last year. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken is poised to meet with Qatari officials in the coming days. Meanwhile, the conflict in Gaza continues to leave its mark. The Kerem Shalom crossing, where aid is inspected and sent into Gaza, was blocked by demonstrators, including the families of hostages. In Jerusalem, advocates of Israel's resettlement of Gaza rallied, urging Prime Minister Netanyahu to make their contentious dream a reality. Yet, in official statements, the Israeli Prime Minister has rejected resettlement in the Palestinian territory. He faces mounting demonstrations and calls for early elections over his perceived failure to bring home most of the hostages still in Hamas's captivity. In the midst of this intricate diplomatic dance, the crisis in Gaza continues to unfold, a stark reminder of the complexities of the Middle East conflict. A crisis that not only involves nations and politics, but the lives of thousands of individuals caught in the crossfire. In this video, we've navigated the labyrinth of the ongoing Gaza crisis, from the ceasefire talks in Paris to the political pressures faced by leaders. We've delved into the role of key players such as the US, Israel, Egypt, and Qatar, and the contentious issues at the heart of the crisis. As the world watches, one can only hope for a resolution that brings peace and stability to this troubled region.